Ladies and gentlemen, I'm brought in part by my good buddy, Ash. How are you doing today, Ash?
Darth, what's up, bro? I am doing great. I have no idea what you have me on for, but I'm excited to talk about it nonetheless.
Well, that's good. I was leaving it a surprise today because it's going to be an interesting topic. And if you look, here you go. There's one camera there, one camera there. So technically, it's in between two Darths, kind of like in between two ferns. So we're going to do a little bit of a rip off of that, which is I want to ask you a few basic questions about Raid and the Raid community today. In terms of, I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you a nice little prerequisite here so you can prepare your answers, which is that I personally believe that the Raid Shadow Legends community is better than the game itself. That's my personal point here today. I'm gonna give you a couple reasons why, and then I want to hear kind of your feeling about itself. The game is, in my personal opinion, another gacha game. Now, maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's the best gacha game or whatever, but it's another gacha game. However, I've had, and maybe I'm a little biased because I've got a chance to interact with a lot of you lovely people with these collabs and stuff. I've had a very good experience in the comments, in the Twitch chats, especially in the Twitch live streams, to be honest. The Twitch live streams have been especially friendly, but also in the Raid content community family as well. I mean, I talked to you, we were talking about, we were just saying the other moment, J Gigs and Cobra are some of the nicest people we've talked to, right? In content creation. I talked to Kyra Mobile. Even Kyra Mobile fed me a great video today about the host settlement thing. Really good people. So what I want to ask you in particular today is that I want to hear a couple of your favorite Raid content creators and why, and then your favorite part about being part of the Raid Shadow Legends community.
Wow, dude. Okay, I had no idea. I thought we were gonna talk about best legendaries or something.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
It's good.
It's
you
good.
Tell me that originally, but I see what you're doing. You got me in a gotcha.
Gotcha in a gotcha. This is gotcha journalism right here.
I'm ready, bro. I'm not scared. So here's the deal. I'd like, first of all, I look at myself, or at least I felt kind of this, I don't know, the what the heck is it? The pretender complex? It's not pretender, but is it?
No, I know what you're talking about. Imposter syndrome.
Imposter. I felt like imposter syndrome early on because I came from another game, YouTubing for 8 years, and I was just like, dude, this community's gonna hate me. They probably do, but like, I was just like, I don't know, man. But at the end of the day, I have to admit, I was telling a bunch of my friends that come from Supercell game that started with Clash of Clans in 2014, and I told a bunch of creators, I was like, dude, the Raid community is actually pretty cool, man. Like after the first few months or whatever, especially after the first year that I was uploading, everybody's pretty, down to earth, really passionate about the game. I do think I haven't played every gacha game out there, but I do think it's the best of the gacha games from my experience to what I have played, right?
Can we explore that a little bit? Not to interrupt you. I'm sorry. I do this all the time. Sure. I do this all the time in interviews. People call me out in comments. I apologize because I love it. The interviewee says something that interests me and I want to know more, which is that you think it's the best gacha game. I'm not going to disagree, but I'm curious as to why you say why. What's your reasoning?
I think that for me, a lot of it is on the heels of what they've done the last year or so to the game.
That's fair.
After the firing of the CEO or whatever the heck it was. But there has been a noticeable difference, right? I think that they're really, really better with their cadence of new content, and the new content they do add, some of it's a flop, some of it is a hit. But I do think that Doom Tower, especially now 2 new bosses on the way, blah, blah, blah. I think that there's enough compelling things that at least has us hopeful for the future. And for a while, at least for all of 2019, basically, it felt like in early 2020, it felt like these days might never even come. Plus, the stuff that everybody talks about anyway, like the graphics and stuff like that.
The visuals are very good.
The visuals are superior to other gacha games. Does it do everything better than every other gacha game? Of course not, But and have I played everything? No. But to me, I just can't give up Raid, man. I really enjoy it. Otherwise, I wouldn't cover it,
I mean, that's fair. I can't really argue with that. I mean, look at me, right? I've quit Raid 18 times,
yeah, right,
24 times, and yeah, it's like a bad breakup, right? Yeah, here I am once again, back once more, doing another Raid Shadow Legends, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go.
Yeah. Oh, you're trying a bunch of new games and you couldn't find a suitor. You couldn't find a suitor.
You got
to Raid.
I'll be honest. We gave it a shot in the Genshin Impact. Although it's weirdly enough, I have this one Genshin Impact video that still gets more views than any other video every month, and it's like, why? Wow. It's not. You ever have a video that you feel like it's just a piece of garbage, and it just pops off forever, and you're
pretty
almost
much every one of my videos, Darth.
And you're almost I get almost mad. This was supposed to be a bad video. You know what I mean? Why are you doing
I would have put more thought into that had I known it was going to do well.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that back to the community. I think the community is awesome. Like, I don't stream. I really want to someday stream Raid, but right now just not enough time in my day for it. However, I do. Yeah, the comments are amazing, and nothing against the audience where I came from, but they tend to skew a little bit on the older side, so you get a lot more kind of just genuine, thoughtful, authentic comments and stuff like that. And people who are really into the game want to talk about things, a lot of solutions. The community has some of the best ideas. I think that not to take just take a shot for taking a shot at Plarium, but I think that if they listened a little bit more to the more constructive criticism that they get, they could make even better, improvements moving forward. And hopefully, fingers crossed they do.
It's interesting you point out about the older, because, for me personally, I thought the majority of my audience would be like, 13 to 18 or something. I got the long red hair. I'm a little bit animated. I'm a little bit of a PewDiePie, whatever, right? But 27.1%, over a quarter of my audience is 35 to 44. 11% of my audience is 45 to 54, and over 40% of my audience is at least 25 to 34 years old. The smallest majority, only 2% of people are 13 to 17, 2%. So I wonder, does that speak to we're just super adults, mature content? I mean, we're so great. Or does it speak to the fact that Raid Shadow Legends is such an expensive game?
You need money. Yeah. Like, we don't deal with the kids, man. They don't have jobs.
That's exactly right. That's where I think it's going. I think we need people here that, maybe they're in their later stages of corporate or something to get into the game. Speaking of spending money, how's your free-to-play account going? Are you been doing the free-to-play? I think I'm going to miss the Fusion, man. I missed my Fire Knight fragment, so I think I missed it by 5.
Dude, I'm not even trying for the Fusion.
Really?
Play. Okay. Yeah, dude, I'm not even gonna. It's going pretty well. It's I accidentally purchased something on my free to play, so I had to make a whole video about trashing.
I watched that. You thought you were on the other account, and you're like, "This is a great deal," and you bought it, and you got good polls.
Amazing deal. Because they throw the best deals at the accounts that never spend. They're like, a sacred shard for a cent? Yes, I'll take that. And they're like, whoa. So yeah, but I trash that stuff. But it's going well, man. Every day that goes by, every week that goes by, it looks more like a real account. I got legendary, and how about you?
So I pulled Elegas as my only legendary, and that's been quite a meme. I know that face right there is how I felt when I pulled it. So my best character.
Kind. He sucks. Yeah.
Not the best. Zarglo was my first 6-star. They miscreated monster. Huh? Elegant? No.
Is he worth even building?
Bro, he's trash. I mean, here's the thing. Yeah. If I hear one more person try to argue that Elegas is a top tier legendary, I should be happy. Like,
top tier.
Get banned. Get banned off the channel. I'm so salty about it. This character is trash, bro. Like, he has the same move as Hurler or Rare, who resets the cooldowns. And Hurler actually has a better version of it. Don't even get me started. Like, this gives
now you know that every comment's gonna be Elegas.
Every comment.
Yeah.
Every comment, man.
A lot of bans.
And top a lot of bans today, I guess. But no, the free to play is not going so hot for me, man. I'm gonna be honest, man. People have been watching this. I just opened 2 Sacreds lately for the Fusion, thinking I was gonna have a chance. Pulled Defiled Sinner and Luria. Like, on the 2X.
Defiled Sinner, man. He feels like that's always the champion that you get when you want something else.
Yeah, or like
Defiled Sinner.
Like, I could have got a Flesh Terror and been more excited. You know what I mean? When that happens, you're really not feeling the best. So my free to play is doing good. You're watching some inspiring free to play Ice Golem footage in the background here, by the way. So I hope you're enjoying that. But yeah, no, it's. I'm going to be honest. When I pulled that legendary, not only did the view count deflate because everyone, instantly got depressed watching that, but so did everything about my life. I mean, it's not been a good week over here.
Well, listen, man. I think it's. Are you going to try another free to play? Like, what do you do with free to play series? So, I'm 2 months in. I don't even know what to do at this point.
So here's my scam. Are you ready for here's my marketing monopoly on the Raid viewership.
Taking notes.
All right, here you go. So no stealing this one, but I'm doing multiple seasons of free to play. So season 1 is we gotta beat the Doom Tower. Right? Season 2 is going to be the season of like efficiency to see how big of a difference it is between the previous season where I went full basically and the new season where I am actually using my brain. So we're going to mix those together and see how that goes. Season 3 will be like the season of RNG. Maybe we'll spin a wheel or something to see what we 6-star. I don't know. We'll figure out what the RNG means. But season 2, what we're doing since it's efficiency is we're waiting to start the season, get this, until all of the referrals are done. We're going to start with 4 sacreds. We have voids, epic books, thousands of energy, straight into it on the 2x from day one. It will be the idea. So you start season 2 free to play with like just a fully strong account. That's the idea, as compared to this one, which was basically the season of suffering, I think is kind of the title.
I get it. For me, the worst part was the beginning,
Absolutely.
Like the beginning when you have nobody, no food, nobody leveled up, nobody even 5 stars, let alone 6. And you're just like, oh my God, this is going to take way longer than I anticipated,
And it does. Yeah,
it does.
a long
But then
time.
Eventually you kind of get there, at least for me, and you're like, okay, this isn't that bad. And then it's a
starts getting
thing.
fun,
And then you're like,
though,
oh, it's
right?
bad again. Yeah.
It starts getting fun.
It's fun.
I don't know about you. I was like, why did I spend 16 grand on my main account? I'm having more fun on my free to play. Like, legitimately.
And every shard you open is way more exciting. Like,
exactly.
More, and the game is more strategic too, because when you're a dirty
you learn
spender,
more too.
Yeah,
you learn more because like you're saying, it's more strategic. You have to actually think. It's better.
Yeah. So man. I mean, back to the original question. I think is the community better than Raid? I guess the community is really good. So in Raid, maybe if they fix the silver and the dupes and the time issues, maybe then it will be on the same level playing field.
Man, and I hear, why? I'm going to drive home. You ready for my 900 IQ point about why I'm saying the community is so good? Is the game now needs things to allow the community to interact with each other. What if we actually had, stuff in the game to make it a multiplayer game? They say it's multiplayer, but is it? You know what I mean? So,
dude, Darth, are you telling me you can't be telling me that they're adding multiplayer clan tournaments, man?
Here we go. Here we go.
There, bro.
I can't wait. I can't wait for advanced quets competitive. Yeah,
dude, that was disappointing, man. I think that everybody, I assume when they said clan wars, you were like, yeah, that is what we needed, and they're like,
100%.
Wait. So you're just telling us what you want us to do every day? that's what you're really doing.
Exactly. It's like, here's another chore list, and who does the chores for mommy pressure better than the other person. It's like, which brother is mommy's favorite today? You did the raid. I don't know, dude. It's just so uninspired.
There's some data scientist or game designer there that's like, brilliant idea, guys. We'll give them rewards for doing what we want them to do in the game every day, dude, and then we'll give them peer pressure by making it feel like they're letting down the clan if they don't do what they want them to do every day. Brilliant.
You're killing me, Ash. It's just, I can see it's too real, man. It's too real, and it's honestly depressing. Okay, you're gonna get me out. I'm gonna have triggered DM warning here for this video. It's about to pop off, so maybe I should be careful. But yeah, no, I feel you. I hope. Give us real-time attack. Real-time attack would be great. I don't care what people say. You can argue against it, say it would just make people well on speed. I don't care. Real-time attack would still be fun, regardless. And straight up copy Star Wars Galaxy's Territory Wars. Just do it. Just copy their Territory Wars. It's literally perfect. Call it a day. And just actually add, that way it's, I don't know if you're familiar with Star Wars Galaxy's Territory Wars, but the way it works is you have essentially like...
I'm actually not.
Okay, I'm going to give you a very, very brief synopsis because it would be perfect.
I watched one content creator for Star Wars Galaxy, but I just to watch for the content creator. I don't even know anything about the game.
I'm assuming it's Arnold T101 because that guy is streaming.
Dude, I don't even know the
another
game.
level. Arnold
T101 is like one of my favorite content creators out there. He's a beast.
No, he's absolutely phenomenal. And we're gonna go on forever about him, but let me bring him. Is the Territory Wars, how they do it is they essentially have 6 zones, and there's 2 zones. If you beat the zone in front, you can see the one behind, right? So you have to be this one on the left side or on the right side. And how it works is you place down like 10 teams in each zone. So imagine your whole clan, you have 50 people in your clan or whatever, right? And what they do is like, okay, 10 teams here, 10 teams here, 10 teams here, 10 teams here, like 5-man teams, you place them, and then the teams that you placed, you don't get to use for offense. So you have to plan them out like actual troops, right? Then when it goes, you guys attack their team, but you can only see what's on the front line. So you have to be this wave to see what the next one is. So it's all strategic about hiding stuff, and it's about counters and what team counters what instead of just who has the best team. So it's like you have Cephis, okay, use our counter Cephis, and the people who use strategy best and save their teams best, it's a chess game, and people who well less can still win. just by being smart.
They can like
so
specialize in one area, kind of.
100%, exactly. So you can bring in people who's like, what's your team? All I have is the Torment team. That's what you got lucky on. We need Torments. Come into our thing. It's brilliant. It's just copy it. It's so perfect for this. That's how I see it.
I agree 100%, man. Like that's exactly what we need. So kudos. Yeah, let's copy that.
Straight up, just copyright strike. Let's get another $155 million lawsuit and let's call it a day. It'd be great.
Boom, done.
Nailed it.
Sign me up, man. But I agree with you. I think that's a huge part that's missing from the game right now.
A little bit of player interaction.
A little bit of player interaction. You're right. Like parlay that awesome community with a solid game, and let's make some magic. Because at the end of the day, whether you're a new player or a mid-game player or an old school player, whether or not you spend money, like the question in the back of everybody's mind is like, what am I doing all this for?
Exactly.
Like at the end of the day, you're like, okay, so I'm not gonna stay up till 3 a.m. every Sunday and be and whale out enough to be a top 300 player in Platinum Tier Arena. What else is there? Like what am I trying for?
Because there's no brackets, there's no competitiveness, there's no clan ranking that actually matters. It's all about penis size.
Exactly. So I do agree that's, to me, like that is the underlying, because even if I wasn't spending on the game, I'm one of those players that like, no matter what game I'm playing, I'm always curious as to like what the end game is, just out of curiosity, And in Raid, it's just like there's kind of nothing, besides PvP Arena, which is, not like real time or anything, and it's just very exclusionary, I guess.
So the last question I had for you, and we can wrap this up so I don't take too much of your time, and thanks again for coming, is I wanted to ask you, is that in the Raid Shadow Legends community, is there any small content creator that you feel like plugging or shouting out? Or you think somebody that deserves a little something that's absolutely not expecting it?
Define small, man.
Under 20,000 YouTube subs.
Okay, sure. Tyraku? You know who that guy is?
I think it's a little bit of a weird spelling, right?
Yeah, Tyrauku.
I've seen it.
Tyraku.
I haven't watched him, but I've seen it. Why don't you give me the sales pitch on why I would like him?
Well, you know what he does is he takes like, let's face it, in the Raid YouTube zeitgeist, like a lot of people are doing the same kind of content, right? With their own flares, their own, like adding their own personality or take to it, which is fine. See that in every game, so it's not anything to be unexpected. However, Tyraku, he's not like an end game player, but what I like about him is he tries to find best uses a lot for unorthodox and unpopular artifact sets, like cool combinations with champions. So like he does a lot like Skytouch Shaman and Frenzy, or like
cool.
He tries to like
reflex cool set. Fun stuff.
Yeah, this is why I love Soulbound Bowyer in Relentless or whatever, or not Relentless in Retaliation. So like just kind of fun a little bit outside the box videos, so I like his content. He's small, I think under 5,000 subscribers, I want to say. I also, for a streamer, I stopped by, he's actually like an end game platinum tier arena dude, but Want to Mess. Do you know him?
Oh yeah, I actually do know him. He's come by my stream a few times, and I've actually lurked in his stream a few times. Yeah, I'm familiar with him. Yeah.
Yeah, like I stopped by and he was just like, he was a pretty chill dude, and he was given like, sometimes when you're end game, you're just like, oh, a little peon, get out of my face. But he was cool, and he was like talking to everybody in the chat and giving them tips for wherever they were in the game and stuff like that. Seemed like a pretty chill dude. So those are two random guys that, I like a lot of content creators, though. I watch a lot of content in Raid, and just try to keep my eye at least on everybody and see what they're up to and stuff like that. What about you?
Okay, fair enough.
Throw it right back on you, man.
Okay, no, fair enough. Since I was just going to think YouTuber, but I'll tell you what, I'll give you both. I'm going to give you, I'm going to plug one of my WhalePod affiliates here, a WhalePod streamer. I do the little Twitch stream thing. We got like 14 of them so far, and we're applying new ones. But I want to plug MTG Jedi, who's a smaller person, and Mr. Tham, or Tham, I'm probably getting that wrong, I'm sorry. On Twitch.
I don't know about either of these dudes.
These are some smaller. Mr. Thom gets about the same viewers I actually do on Twitch. To be honest, most of the time he has about 75 to 150. Pretty good. I'm a smaller Twitch streamer, so I don't get that many viewers. I just mostly do it for the fun. And he's just applied for partnerships. So shout out to Mr. Tham, whatever. Hopefully he gets accepted to him. And then MTG Jedi is a small YouTuber and Twitch streamer as well. I think he has less than 1,000 subs on YouTube, I believe, and gets 20 or 30, maybe 40 viewers on Twitch. So I'll tell you what, I'll put the links in the comment. We'll put it in the pinned comment. I'll put a link to all these guys' channels, either be it Twitch or YouTube, so you guys can go support them. But same deal, just seem like nice guys. Mr. Thom, I wanted to plug right now because he's applying for partnership, and it took me 18 tries to apply, so I know how hard it is, and it's always good to get a boost. And MTG, just because he seems like a nice, chill guy who could probably use a little extra love.
Absolutely, man. Well, I'll definitely check out both of those content creators. And yeah, like you said, I mean, there's, depending on what you're looking for, there's so much different, a nice variety of content in Raid. And, everybody that I've interacted with has been like super friendly and chill. And so, yeah, it's a cool community.
Well, with that, I want to wrap it up. Say thanks once again for coming and doing this with us today. And the question of the day is, does Raid Shadow Legends deserve the community it has? And, the community's pretty good, I say, so I'll leave that to the comments to decide. But we love y'all. Any last words, Ash? We're on our way out here.
Nah, just thanks again for having me on, man. Appreciate it.
All right, sounds good. We'll see you on the next one.